And now I want to give you 4 main steps that you can start to implement today to become a consistently profitable trader. And I promise you guys, I promise you that if you just do these 4 things, and you have to do them, you have to stick to them day in and day out. You can't just do them for a little bit, you have to do all of these every single day, every time you trade, and I promise you that you will be a consistently profitable trader. One of the biggest issues I see with traders is they lack the psychology and the mentality to trade like a professional. So in this video, we're gonna talk about what makes a poor trader, how you can fix your habits, and exactly what you can do to become profitable and consistent like the professionals. So hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. And before we get started, I want you guys to comment down below what your biggest problem as a trader and as an investor is, because I want to cater the content on this channel specifically to you guys. And I think you might find some comfort in knowing that your problems are probably the same problems a lot of people are going through. Anybody can put on a winning trade. I could have anybody download the Robinhood app tomorrow, put $100 on it, buy a position in something random, wake up the next day and have them seal their profits. They didn't have to learn how to read charts. They didn't have to know patterns. They didn't have to know indicators. They didn't have to know anything. They literally just downloaded it, put money in it, bought something, woke up and sold it for a profit. It took nothing, 0 skill. And let's even look at long-term investing. Say 15 years ago, you decided, I want to start investing for my future. I have $15,000 and I'm looking for a company to put my money in. I love internet-related tech things. I love books. I've heard of Amazon.com. I like that guy Jeff Bezos. Let me just put money into this company and I'll come back in the year 2020. And you would have been a multi-millionaire without understanding company fundamentals, without really knowing anything about the executive team, without knowing anything about their competition or the marketplace. You could have become a millionaire just by putting your money in a random company and coming back to it later. Now you might be thinking, how is it possible for a trader to make money without even knowing what they're doing? How is it possible for a long-term investor to become the coveted multi-millionaire status with only $15,000 and 0 knowledge? And that, my friends, is because trading and investing is 80% a mental game that almost nobody teaches you. People for some reason always think that they need to understand charts better, a specific indicator, or something that they're lacking technically, when in reality, it's all psychological. In order to become a better trader, you need to know more about your behavior patterns and your personal psychology, and actually less about charts and indicators. For some people, including myself, when I first started trading, it seemed like making money was easy. After my first couple of years really being in the market, I was struggling and I was like, well, how was I making money consistently back when I didn't know anything? Like, I remember I would just be like, CHK, it's under $5. I'm just gonna buy a bunch and, I'll sell it in a week. And it seemed that the more I studied, the more that I knew, the better I became technically, the worse results I actually got. And the reason that it was easy to make money when I started is because I wasn't afraid. I had never really been burned before by the market. I had never really been humbled. I didn't lose a ton of money. I never ended up looking like an idiot and being humbled by the stock market. And to piggyback off of that, the second reason it was easier to make money was because I acted swiftly. I was never afraid to take a trade, and I was never afraid to just cut a loss, because I just figured there's always opportunity out there. Who cares? And a lot of that, which I'll make a video in the future, is also because I was trading with less money. Most people trade with way too high of a position size than they really need to have. Within the Capitalist Academy, I have over 100 students right now, and they come from all different walks of life. Some have been long-term investors for the past 10, 15, 20 years. Some are traders, they're full-time like myself. Others are people who just started their journey this month. What a month to start, but you know what I mean. For the beginners who join my academy, they seek knowledge. In general, they just don't believe that they know enough to put on a winning trade. They are smart because instead of scouring the internet for hundreds and hundreds of hours, it could be me or anybody, but they find someone they like, they find a trading style, and they emulate and learn from somebody who has already done this for multiple years. And then I get people who have been in the market for maybe 2, 3, 4 years, have had some success in the market, but they just cannot stay successful. And with these people, first of all, I congratulate them because they haven't given up. And that's something a lot of people do, and that's a reason why a lot of traders fails, because they just give up. But these people know that there are traders out there who do this for a living, who make really good money. And the problem with these people is they come to me and think that I have some sort of formula, some special, indicator that I use, some certain pattern that I play all the time. But in reality, what makes me the great trader that I am is just understanding a couple key things and implementing them into my style, which we're going to talk about. And side note, this video is not made to promote my academy, and I'm not promoting anybody else's academy, because from a technical standpoint, you can find all of the information that I and other people have to offer for free on the internet. But what you will not find on the internet are the most important things when it comes to trading, and that is learning how to stay disciplined and how to hold yourself and the people around you to the highest standards that can be of you, not only as traders, but as human beings. And my biggest turning point in my trading life was when I read a book by Mark Douglas called Trading in the Zone. I highly recommend it to every single trader or long-term investor even that I talk to. And another thing that really helped my trading career, and it's why in our academy we have a profit and losses section, is publicizing all of my good and my bad mistakes. And we've all been there. We've all had a terrible trade that, just went sideways, that we didn't get out of, that we begged and prayed that would just turn around and get us out of this terrible situation. And it sucks because it's not even that you lose the money, it's that you go against your moral code. You go against what you stand for, and that will stick with you for the rest of your life, not only as a trader, but as a human being. And the reason I started this YouTube channel and my Capitalist Academy platform was mainly to keep everybody accountable, to be there, to teach discipline, to hold everybody to a higher standard, and make you a better trader and a better person. And now I want to give you 4 main steps that you can start to implement today to become a consistently profitable trader. And I promise you guys, that if you just do these 4 things, and you have to do them, you have to stick to them day in and day out. You can't just do them for a little bit, you have to do all of these every single day, every time you trade, and I promise you that you will be a consistently profitable trader. So the first one is accepting your risk 100%, actually knowing that I'm risking X amount of money and I'm okay with it. The truth is that not many people actually accept the risk that they're putting out there. If you put $10,000 into a day trade, are you expecting to lose all 10,000? Of course not, but you have to. Whatever money you're putting at risk for this trade, you have to be willing to risk it all entirely. Look at something like Luckin Coffee. This is a stock that was $20-something a week ago, and now, is down to $5, has been halted for the past 3 days. I bet nobody who went into that as a long-term investment or as a swing trade thought that this was going to happen, but guess what? You probably lost 80 to 90% of your money, and you have to be willing to risk it all. Now, it doesn't mean that you carelessly risk it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that mentally, you have to be ready to put that all on the line. My second tip is to stay out of most chat rooms and Facebook groups. Now, I know that this is counterintuitive because as part of my academy, we have a Discord group. But the truth is, most Reddit threads, most Facebook groups, and most chat rooms are full of degenerative people who don't want to help you, who just push out pump and dumps, and most of the time push companies not because they believe in them, but because they're in the trade as well, and they feel like idiots because they're losing money, so they want to bring the collective whole down with them. If you don't believe me on this, join one of these Facebook groups and wait around for 2, maybe 3 years. See how many people who were posting and active for the first 90 days of you being a part of that group, and how many are still active right now. I've been in plenty of chat rooms, I've been in plenty of Discords, and there's only a few of them that still have active traders from the beginning in them, actually still trading. Even in my own community, I am reluctant to talk about penny stocks. I am reluctant to talk about pump and dumps because that's not how you make money, and that's not how you become a consistent trader. If somebody in my academy asks me about a certain stock, especially a penny stock, I am quick to tell them if it's garbage and if it's worthless and if they shouldn't be trading it, because I might come off a little brash, but it's my reputation on the line, and I don't want to teach people to trade garbage. Tip number 3 goes for not only traders, but investors, and that is to not listen to the noise. Don't listen to other people. Don't let other people discourage you from your investments or your trade. When I put on a trade, I don't care what anybody says. And when I take an investment, and I'm a huge investor in CCL right now, I don't listen to anybody else. Find a play that matches all of your criteria, have the highest conviction possible in that play, execute the trade, take 100% responsibility for the risk, and do not budge until technically, or in a long-term investment, fundamentally, something changes and then you act accordingly. And the last tip is tip number 4, and that is use stop losses and do not move them. This is the most important and critical aspect of being a trader. If you do not use stop losses, or if you're somebody who does use them, but you move them every single time it gets close to it, you're going to lose. You're going to become one of the 90% who fail at trading. Because the old saying is, let your winners ride and cut your losses short. But the truth is, most people cut their winners short and let their losers ride them to bankruptcy. In this business, we have something that is called max pain. Max pain is essentially a specific dollar amount. It's different for everybody, where if you go $1 lower, you just can't live with yourself. And I felt it plenty of times where I was down $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and physically I was sick. I would watch the charts, and every red little tick that would go down, I'd literally start to breathe heavy. I'd start to feel sick, and I'd be like, what the hell? I just have to get out, but I'll just move it lower. And you can't be that way. In this game, you have to learn to lose. It's the most important thing. Screw winning. Learn how to lose. When I took a $20,000 loss in a single week before, I talk about it all the time. I went to Miami for a couple weeks. I came back with a clear head, with a clear mind, and I just practiced buying and selling. Buying and selling. Just, $200, $300, $400 positions, just buying and selling. Not to make money, not to lose money, but just to get used to hitting the sell button no matter what happened. And I'll tell you, as dumb as it is, it really helped. And it's still one of the hardest things for me. When I'll set a stop loss, a stock will come down to it, tap it, I'll tag out, and then rip to the high heavens, and I just missed out on a ton of money. The thing is that it's all about consistency and making a little bit of money over time compounded. Because the truth is, and it took me a long time to learn this, even if I made 50 grand today, 60 grand today, that's not like an end-all be-all play. There's not one play that if I just had this amount of money, that doesn't happen. You have to build a skill that's going to put money in your pocket day in and day out. And that really is the most important thing. Profitable traders know when to get out of a losing position, and they know when they're wrong. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe. Our private stock market mentorship group is 100% free for the next month. I will put the link down below. Use the code freeacademy, all lowercases, one word, for your free month. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for watching and have a good day.